Which is good, because the what you're about to see on this stage is this person's first appearance at this festival for a number of years, and her first of two this weekend. It's a wonderful voice, singing wonderful songs. Please welcome Edwina Hayes.
Thank you so much, Jim. What a lovely introduction. And good afternoon, everybody. So nice to be here. I'm going to start with a song that I feel is quite appropriate. It's called All About Love. It's not about you, not about me, not about taking it personally. It's all about us and all about we. It's all about love. It's not about win, not about lose. Sometimes you don't get to choose. It's taking a chance, it's paying your dues. It's all about love. Same people every day, same tired faces, the same old way. I wish they would hear what I say while they're giving their lives to their aspirations. It's not about wrong, not about right. It's doing the best that you can while you're here. It's singing it out, saying it clear. It's all about love. It's not about wrong, not about right, not about making up after the fight. It's all about truth and all about light. It's all about love. There's no need to hurry, 'cause it's not a race. Now is the time and here is the place. Well, it's wearing a smile on your beautiful face. It's all about love. Oh, and sometimes it cuts like a knife, so we pick up the pieces and hold on tight. And some things just don't work out right, but remember that love can push right on through. It's not about you, not about me, not about seeing it negatively. Well, I wanna be you, we wanna be free. It's all about love. What it's about is sharing it out. It's all about love. It's all about good times, all about trust. It's all about love. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you. It's so nice to be here again. It's my third time playing, and I always say it's really nice when you get asked to play somewhere, but it's even nicer when they ask you back. It's always really nice. So I was just having a chat with Jim backstage, and I was telling him that next year's my 30th anniversary of doing my first paid gig, which was, I know, it was at the Ridings Hotel on Hilderthorpe Road in Bridlington. So I live in East Yorkshire near Driffield, and the landlord said if I could give him 3.5 hours and an encore, he'd give me 80 quid. And I thought, well, that's 25 songs. I worked that out. And I'd been going along to Bridlington Folk Club for 2 years and building up my repertoire, you know. And he said the main thing was I'd not to turn his fish tank off when I was plugging in my gear. And that was my first gig in the summer of 1996. So, yeah, 29 years. So at the time, there was a local band called The Big Pink. They were mad on Bob Dylan. And all of us were mad on the lead singer, Jeff Soul, not his real name. And we all thought he was really dishy. And they actually started asking me to come and fill in when they had their beer breaks. They got me to come and sing little songs on my guitar, you know. And I was sort of like the tragic relief, really, in a busy pub on a Saturday night in Brid. And we all fancied Jeff. Anyway, he didn't really know I was even alive. But I really had a crush on him. And years later, when I started writing songs, I got this idea for a song about maybe the one who got away or an old flame, you know. And this is the song I'm going to do for you next. It's called Leave a Light On For You. But I found out later that Jeff went on to have 12 children with 3 different girlfriends, some of them at the same time. So maybe it wasn't meant to be with lovely old Jeff. And this is Leave a Light On For You. For anybody who's got someone, I don't know, see what you think. could have had me for a song, 'cause my love was so strong. Though the years have come and gone, I'll leave a light on for you. And I remember the day you went away, and I missed my chance to say that I'd leave a light on for you. And how I wish that I'd known how quickly life moves on, and how I wish I'd been brave enough to try and make you stay. It was so long ago, but I still love you so. And I thought that you should know that I'll leave a light on for you. We were too young and free to think things would ever change. But now it's easy to see how different it all might have been. You could have had me for a song, 'cause my love was so strong. Though the years have come and gone, I'll leave a light on for you. Ooh. Thank you very much. Thank you. So a couple of years ago, I wrote a song for my auntie when she was a bit poorly, and I recorded it on my very high-tech recording system at home. Shut your ears, Matt, because you won't like this. I put the recorder on my mobile phone, slotted it through two handles of the kitchen cupboards where they meet, and stood in the middle of the kitchen, so it was a bit echoey, a bit atmospheric, and I recorded it that way, and I sent it to her on a WhatsApp, and she wrote back, "Thank you, Eddie, I love my song." And it was always just known as Auntie Brenda's song, and when I made my last CD, I always meant to, I was going to put it on the next CD I made, and when I came to make it, I didn't give it a grown-up name, I just put Auntie Brenda's song on the CD, and my friend Dave in York said I should have called it Love Will Lead the Way, in brackets, Brenda's Song, which would have been perfect, actually, and very professional, but it just went on as Auntie Brenda's Song instead. So this one has a chorus, and it starts off with the chorus. It's really, really easy to join in if you feel like singing along. I know it's a bit early, but please do join in, and that goes for all the songs too. Please join in if you fancy. So it starts off with a chorus, dead easy to pick up. It goes like this. Your smile will keep on shining. Your light will never fade, 'cause you're a lady, such a lady, and love will lead the way. That's the chorus. We've been through some troubled years, and we've cried, oh, a lot of tears, but we stood strong together through it all, here to catch one one of us should fall, and your smile will keep on shining. Your light will never fade, 'cause you're a lady, oh lovely, such a lady, oh wow, and love will lead the way. And we could use some better times, some good news to ease our minds, but we'll stand up and face whatever comes along, holding on to each other's hands till the better weather comes, and your smile will keep on shining. Oh, it's lovely. Your light will never fade, 'cause you're a lady, such a lady, and love will lead the way, lovely. And it's all right to be afraid of all the things that we can't change, 'cause all the memories and the good times that we've had, well, they're a testament to every one of us and everything we have. And your smile will keep on shining. Your light will never fade, 'cause you're a lady, such a lady, and love will lead the way. Last time. Oh, love will lead the way. Thank you, that was so lovely. Thank you so much. So now I know you're all in good singing voice, you might feel like joining in on this next one. This is a song that I learnt as a request for someone a couple of years ago during lockdown, actually. And I never thought really much more about it until a year or two ago. I just had an urge to try and learn it properly, sort of in my head. I'd sort of sung it off a sheet for someone, you know, onto a video. And I just had a go at learning it. And what do you know, last October I found myself in Australia, and I was doing the Flurio Folk Festival in Adelaide, and I got invited to sing at a house concert as well while I was there. And at this lovely house concert for Pete and Nikki Titchener, who should be in the audience, but Eric Bogle and his wife. And it was an Eric Bogle song, and I wondered if I had the nerve to do an Eric Bogle song while he was just sitting there. I mean, I actually took my boots off because it was a very nice carpet. I just stood in the lounge. So I was down here, I'm quite short without my boots on, and he was on the front row, and I thought, well, do you know what, I'll just never forgive myself for not trying. I'll feel such a coward. So I gave it a whirl, and in the interval he gave me a big hug, which was so nice. He said, well done. So I'm going to do one of his songs for you now. It was all going really well because he gave me that hug, and he might have just been being polite, but then he said, when's your next gig when you get home? And I said, oh, the Dartford Folk Club. And it could have been any other gig, but do you know what he said? Oh, that was the first place that ever booked me, ever. It was the first gig he ever did. He said, but I didn't really enjoy where I stayed. He said someone invited him back to their house. He had a nice time at the gig, but as soon as he got there, they put a lock on the telephone, one of those big locks, and then they kicked him out at 7:30 in the morning, and his next gig wasn't till 9 o'clock, and he had to wander around. So, and I thought, it could have been any other folk club in the whole of the country. I had to say, the one that brought back the memories of the phone lock. Anyway, there you go. So some Dartford Folk Clubbers over there, brilliant. So this is, and the band played Waltzing Matilda. Please join in if you fancy. Now when I was a young man, I carried me pack, and I lived the free life of a rover. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, well, I waltzed my Matilda all over. Then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time you stopped rambling, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat and they gave me a gun, and they marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. And amidst all the cheers, flag waving in tears, we sailed off for Gallipoli. And how well I remember that terrible day when our blood stained the sand and the water, and of how in that hell that they called Suvla Bay we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Johnny Turkey was waiting, he'd primed himself well. He showered us with bullets and he rained us with shell. And in 5 minutes flat, he'd blown us all to hell. Nearly blew us right back to Australia. But the band played Waltzing Matilda as we stopped to bury our slain. Well, we buried ours and the Turks buried theirs, then we started all over again. And those that were left, well, we tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. And for 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, though around me the corpses piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me horse overhead, and when I woke up in me hospital bed and saw what it had done, well, I wished I was dead. Never knew there was worse things than dying. For I'll go no more waltzing Matilda all around the green bush far and free, to hum tent and pegs, a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. So they gathered the wounded, the crippled, the maimed, and they shipped us back home to Australia. The legless, the armless, the blind, the insane, those proud wounded heroes of Suvla. And as our ship pulled into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where my legs used to be, and thank Christ there was nobody waiting for me to grieve, to mourn, or to pity. But the band played Waltzing Matilda as they carried us down the gangway. But nobody cheered, well, they just stood and stared. Then they turned all their faces away. And so now every April I sit on me porch and I watch the parade pass before me, and I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reviving old dreams of past glories. And the old men march slowly, old bones stiff and sore. Well, they're tired old heroes from a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? I ask myself the same question. But the band plays Waltzing Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. But as year follows will come a waltzing Matilda with me, and their ghosts may be heard as they march by that billabong. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Oh, well sung, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So I arrived a couple of hours ago and made my way over here. I had to drop my CDs in at the shop. And I think I'm spotting my friends as this gig is going on, because I've got quite a few hours in between this gig and the next gig to kind of say hi to everybody. I think I spotted Lynn over there. Yes, that's Lynn. And I'm not sure if I've spotted my lovely friend Shirley at the back there. I think I can see Shirley. And I'm probably looking over the heads of loads of people I know. But every time I've been here, it's only my third time, it's like just a day out with friends, more than a gig, really. It's just so lovely. So I'm going to do a couple of songs that are sort of tied together now. The first one is a song I wrote for my dad, and it's called Pour Me a Drink. And if you've ever heard me do my song about my dad, I usually tell a funny story about him. There's so many stories about my dad. But in a nutshell, I can just tell you that my dad was a slightly dodgy businessman in the meat trade. He liked a few drinks, and he liked getting married. He married many times, but all of his ex-wives still speak really highly of him with fondness. He was a lovable rogue. And I'm going to dedicate this to my cousin Simon, who's here. I'm not quite sure if he's here this afternoon, but it's for you, Simon, if you're out there. Anyway, my dad was what you call a lovable rogue, and in the 90s he wrote a book called Drunk and Disorderly. Bill Hayes, My Life Through the Bottom of a Glass. And it was all about his life and all his sort of dealings in the meat trade all around the world. And my dad never did anything really, really awful. He just did so many naughty things that when you added them up, he had to move on a lot. So he tried his luck in Ireland in the 70s in the meat business, and then he couldn't come back to England, but so he went to Australia. Nothing really bad, I promise. He went to Australia. So he tried a decade in Australia, and after 10 years, the Australians had had enough, and they asked him to leave. So he had to. So then he went to France and wrote his book in a bit of a sulk, really, we think. And then he went to Argentina, and he tried his luck down in Buenos Aires, and he was really happy. He spent the last 10 years of his life down there, dabbling in the meat business. A very meaty country. He was in his element, really. And also, it's all a little bit dodgy, so he fit right in, did my dad. But I always think of him as the voice on the end of a phone. He was always on the phone. He loved to chat. I think that's where I get it from. And he loved hearing about my gigs, and he loved his music. He was so lovely. And back then, I remember I recorded this song, and I put it on a blank Tesco CD. More high-tech stuff from me. A blank Tesco CD, and I posted it to him in Argentina. And he listened to it, and he rang me and said, "Oh, love." He said, "Tears in my eyes, love. Oh, I love my song, Tears in my eyes." So I'm going to do Pour Me a Drink. And he was so lovely. He always had a lot of advice, my dad. He did paddle your own canoe. That's one of his. But I take it with a pinch of salt, because another piece of advice he once gave me when I was moaning on about Slimming World and not doing very well. He said, "Well, love," he said, "the best thing I ever found for losing weight was a couple of months in prison." So, pinch of salt, really. But there you go. So this is Pour Me a Drink. And this starts off with a chorus too. If you feel like joining in, it's very easy to join in with. Pour me a drink, light me a cigarette, help me forget the things that I've done. Pour me a drink and pour me another one to keep out this cold wind that blows through my soul. Look at my life here in these photographs. Look at these faces. What a story they tell. There was a time when I knew how to laugh. I drink to forget. forget, but I remember it well. Pour me a drink, light me a cigarette, help me forget the things that I've done. Pour me a drink, then pour me another one to keep out this cold wind that blows through my soul. So many promises, so many daydreams and plans, and so many chances that I let slip through my hands. Oh, pour me a drink, light me a cigarette, help me forget these things that I've done. Pour me a drink, go on, pour me another one to keep out this cold wind that blows through my soul. Keep out this cold wind that blows through my soul. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. My dad was such a character. I really loved him. I really did. But I'm going to do a song now by Nancy Griffith. And the connection between that one and this next one is that amazingly, Nancy Griffith in 2009 recorded Pour Me a Drink. I'd been doing some support tours with her very amazingly from about 2006 onwards through to about 2010. I did a lot of supports for her when she came over. And she heard me sing that song not long after I wrote it. And she said, could she record it? And I was like, yes, of course you can. And the funny thing about that was I used to learn Nancy Griffith's songs back in the 90s. I used to practice them all week to go and sing at the Bridlington Folk Club. And back then I never had a clue I would ever write my own songs. The songwriting kind of came along somewhere along the way, really, when I started going to singers' nights and open mic nights and places where people sang their own original songs. And that's when I started having a go at writing. So it was such an honour that she recorded it. And so I'm going to do one of her songs now. This is the only Nancy Griffith song I've ever recorded. I've recorded a couple of songs that she did by her friends, like I've done a John Prine cover that I do of hers, Speed of the Sound of Loneliness. But this is one that she wrote. It's called It's a Hard Life Wherever You Go. And about 15 years ago, I was invited to record this song for a charity album for landmines. And it was called An Artist's Tribute to Nancy Griffith, put together by a couple called Pete and Maura Kennedy. And they used to play with her in her Blue Moon Orchestra back in the 80s. And they invited me to submit a song, and they didn't say, like, you know, just send us a few, or they just said, send a Nancy Griffith song if you like. So I recorded this, and I sent it in, and I thought, well, if anybody else does it, they won't have me, you know. Anyway, nobody else happened to have done this one, so they put me on, and there's only me from England. Everybody else is American on this album, and people like Carolyn Hester and lots of lovely artists on it. So I chose to record this one. I'd always really liked it, and I thought it'd be nice to sing it today. And she wrote this in the 80s, I think, when things were really bad, you know, everywhere. And unfortunately, they're not really any better, which is a shame, isn't it? But I don't know, maybe one day. But this is It's a Hard Life Wherever You Go. Please do join in if you fancy. So. I'm a backseat driver from America. We drive to the left on Falls Road. And the man at the wheel's name is Seamus. They pass a child on a corny nose. Well, Seamus says, now what chance has that kid got? And I say from the back, I don't know. He says there's barbed wire at all of these exits, and there ain't no place in Belfast for that kid to go. And it's a hard life, it's a hard life, it's a very hard life, it's a hard life wherever you go. But if we poison our children with hatred, oh, then a hard life is all that they'll know. And there ain't no place in Belfast for that kid to go. Cafeteria line in Chicago, a fat man in front of me, he's calling black people trash to his children. Oh, but he's the only trash here I see. And I am thinking this man wears a white hood, oh, in the night when his children should sleep. But they'll slip to their windows and they'll see him, and they'll think that white hood's all they need. And it's a hard life, it's a hard life, it's a very hard life, it's a hard life wherever you go. But if we poison our children with hatred, yeah, then a hard life is all that they'll know. And there ain't no place in Chicago for those kids to go. Well, I was a child in the 60s, when dreams could be held through TV. Oh, with Disney and Cronkite and Martin Luther. And I believed, I believed, I believed. Now I am a backseat driver from America, and I am not at the wheel of control. And I am guilty, I am war, and I am the root of all evil. Oh, and I can't drive on the left side of the road. And it's a hard life, it's a hard life, it's a very hard life, it's a hard life wherever you go. And if we poison our children with hatred, oh, then a hard life, it's all that they'll know. And there ain't no place in this world for those kids to go. Well, it's a hard life wherever you go. Lovely old Nancy, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. I thought I'd do you a couple of my love songs now. Now, they are a bit miserable, my love songs. But they're all very short. You know, if you're going to be depressing, keep it snappy. That's what I say. So, anyway, this next one, most of my most miserable songs have like ridiculous stories attached. But this one has quite a nice story. I got an email a couple of years ago, before lockdown actually, from a Dr. Eve Darwood. Sent me an email, nice lady. Dear Edwina, she said, I've been a bit poorly lately, and it got so serious I decided to make a bucket list. And she said, but the good news is I'm going to be okay, but I'm finishing my bucket list anyway. And one of the things on it is to sing 2 songs, not 1, 2 songs, live on stage with my favourite singer. So I was reading this and I thought, oh, this is lovely. And then she said, my favourite singer's Jason Donovan. So I was thinking, okay. And then she said, but I haven't had any luck contacting Jason. I've tried for ages. I've tried his management and his agent. No luck. She said, so I'm writing to my second favourite singer, which is you. I thought, wow, that's an eclectic mix, really. And she said, I'd love to sing 2 songs with you. Should I know which 2 I want to sing? And she said, if that would be possible, I'd be so happy. So, of course, I wrote back. I said, oh, hi, Eve. And first of all, I'm really glad you're okay. And yes, of course you can. I said, here's a link to my website. Click on the gigs page, and any gig that you fancy, you just come along. I said, and if you want to let me know in advance, I'll make sure there's an extra mic for you, and we'll do the songs. Well, she wrote back and said, I'd like to come to Grimsby Folk Club. It was in a couple of weeks. I remember thinking, I wonder if Jason's ever done Grimsby Folk Club. Always a Sunday night, Spider's Web. I'm guessing maybe he hasn't. Anyway, so she came along to the Spider's Web one Sunday, and she sang the 2 songs with me, and I kid you not, she was better than me, and it really kept me on my toes. Anyway, she's been coming along to gigs ever since, every now and again, and I got an email earlier in the year from her saying, "Hi, Edwina, just want to say I'm fully back to my full health now, and I've written a book all about my experience, and I'm doing a book launch in Grimsby in June. Would you come and play a few songs, and can I sing those 2 songs with you?" And I said, yes, of course. So I went along to her book launch, which was amazing. She did some readings. What an amazing woman. You can look her up, Dr. Eve Darwood, a very nice lady, and that was a really nice afternoon. But she said, how much would it be to come and sing some songs? I said, nothing. It's only over the Humber Bridge, nothing. Don't be so silly. No, I'll be honoured to be there. So she brought me a bottle of Prosecco, a really nice one, that Frixie-net with the bobbly glass, you know. But I took her one as well, and I'd got her the same bottle. I remember going to Tesco, I thought, I'll spend a couple of pounds more, I'll get the nice one, you know. And apart from the gift bag being slightly different, so that was just so nice. Anyway, one of the songs she wanted to sing was a John Prine song. The other was one of mine called What Happens Now. So this is one of my love songs, What Happens Now. So, okay. Never noticed the change from a spark to a flame. It happened so slow. Now I don't know what to say. Was it a trick of the light that made your eyes shine? Melted my soul and started the fall. And what happens now? Should I make a move? 'Cause something feels right, but there's so much to lose. Now I wanna be free of this heart on my sleeve that I'm dragging around. Oh, what happens now? Well, I don't have the words, and I can't find the nerve cross the line. So I'm playing for time, but the game's almost done. There's nowhere to run, so I could put out my hand or leave while I can. Now, should I make a move? 'Cause something feels right, but there's so much to lose. Now I wanna Dr. Eve Darwood. So tomorrow, it's the 20th anniversary of my cousin Marcus and his lovely wife Kate's wedding in Birmingham, and we're having a bit of a family get-together actually tomorrow afternoon. And so I'm really close by. I'm coming back on Monday, And anyway, I sang this song at their wedding, and I cannot believe it's 20 years ago. It's a song called Won Me Over. I remember years ago working with lovely Clive Gregson, and he renamed all my songs, and he used to call this one Run Me Over. So it took the melancholy edge off it a bit, really. Anyway, I can't believe it's 20 years, but I remember at the time they got the wedding ceremony was in this church, and they had this vicar who was a little bit picky about lyrics, and I had to change some of the words. I felt like quite rock and roll, actually. It was only words like, I think, soul. I had to change the word soul for some reason. There's and when you hear it, there's nothing offensive, I don't think. But all the lyrics to everything they had in the ceremony had to be analysed, and the readings and everything. A little bit picky, if you ask me that, really, I think. Anyway, so it's going to be really nice to see them to my 20 years. I don't know where that's gone. Oh, my goodness me. So this is Run Me Over. Oh, I think I sang the word faith, and I had to change that. Well, I don't care for nothing but the way that it feels when you're near me. And there's nothing I've seen that's more lovely to me than your face. Do you know what you've done? Do you know you're the one? Do you know that you've won me over? Well, it's my faith you saved by the hand that you gave to this stranger. Oh, and it's kindness so soft that you silently offered my soul. When lost and afraid and breaking it late, till the day that you won me over. Well, it ain't something you said, oh, it ain't nothing you've done. No, it's just the way that it feels, and it sure feels good to me. Do you know what you've done? Do you know you're the one? Now that you've won me over. Oh, now that you've won me over. There we go, win me over. I'd actually totally forgotten about having to change the words until just the minute I was telling you that story. I was like, wow, it's hardly the Sex Pistols, really, was it? I mean, so I'm going to do one more miserable love song and then a couple of ones to finish that might be a little bit happier. So this is a song, this is really short. This might be my shortest one. It's called Want You to Stay, and it was inspired by a crush I had on a singer called Roland years ago, and he didn't fancy me, and I did everything except stand on my head to try and get him to notice me, and it was never going to happen, but sometimes it takes you a while to realise that. And I think I realised it when he said to me, "Oh, Edwina, you're such a good friend, he said, "Can I tell you about this girl? I'm crazy about her, Rachel." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And anyway, so I got the idea for this song. Before I got the idea for this song, though, I did something I shouldn't have done, really. Contrary to all the evidence, I thought, well, maybe if I asked him out for a drink, he might go out with me. So I talked about it with my girlfriends first, and I came up with a few ideas of, if he said no, I'd maybe have a nonchalant reply, and if he said yes, great. A bit like Phoebe in Friends when she gets a job telemarketing. They say, whatever anybody says, if they don't want toner, we've got to reply. Look in the book. We'll get them to buy this toner. Anyway, so I rang up armed with my responses, and what he actually said was, when I said, well, do you want to go out for a drink? Well, I would, Edwina, but I'm in the middle of a really good book. I didn't have anything for that, so that's when I finally realised it was just never going to happen. So anyway, I got the idea for a song once I'd recovered a bit, and it's called Want You to Stay, really just about the idea of going for it sometimes and risking falling flat on your face. Sometimes if you don't go for it, you'll never know. So this is Want You to Stay. I'm taking a risk. I'm going out of my way. What madness is this, that I don't care what they say? I just don't want you to stay. Let's turn down the lights. Let's leave the world at the gate. Could be wrong, could be right. Nobody knows anyway. And I want you to stay. So here I am with my heart on the line. I'd rather look a fool than never have tried. So it's all up to you, baby. What else can I say? And whatever you choose, well, I won't stand in your way. I just don't want you to stay. So here I am with my heart on the line. And I'd rather look a fool than never have tried. So I'm taking a risk. I'm going out of my way. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to lighten the mood now with a comedy number. This is a song that I learnt, written by a friend of mine. Most of the music I listen to, it's either all the old greats, your Carole King, your Joni Mitchell. I did enjoy that lovely Joni Mitchell on the main stage earlier. And, Bob Dylan, people like that. Or, on the other hand, it's all my friends' tapes and CDs, from over the last 30 years, and all the wonderful friends I've made and musicians I've got to know doing what I do over the last 30 years. I feel so lucky. And there's really nothing in between, And so in the car at the minute, it's an even spread. I've got some Paul Simon. I've got Dave Ward McLean from York, his new album. And I've got Jez Lowe. Jez Lowe's Christmas album, Snowed In. Oh, my God, it's all year-round fave. I'm not going to lie, all year-round fave. And then I've got, Carole King Tapestry as well. Anyway, so this is a song I learned because I had the album in my car. My friend Casey, comedy songwriter. Now, this album's a live album recorded at the famous Bluebird Cafe in Nashville in 2004. And I was lucky enough to be over there at the time, living and working over there. and doing some songwriting. And it's called Every Man I Meet is Either Married, Gay or Dead. Casey Jones live at the Bluebird. And my favourite song of hers was always this one called Waiting for the Guy to Die. And she dedicated it to me at the concert, which was so lovely. And it's a nice song just to throw in, amongst all the misery, really. So it's a comedy one all about a young lady who marries a rich old man just for his money, thinking that he won't live very long and she'll be really rich. The only trouble is he won't die. Kind of serves her right, really. I always imagine some sort of young dolly bird and some poor old guy in a wheelchair, maybe dragging along an oxygen thing with a sort of silky dressing gown, a few strands of hair wrapped round like a walnut whip, that kind of thing. Anyway, so this is a little bit non-PC, but hopefully make you smile, and this is Waiting for the Guy to Die. With apologies in advance. I married a man who's 95 and wealthy. Now I'm waiting for the guy to die. And the doctors assured me he's not very healthy. I'm waiting for the guy to die. And oh, what a thrill when they read his will, and everything he has will be mine. What's meant for his kiddos will go to his widow. I'm waiting for the guy to die. When he gets the shingles, it makes my heart tingle. I'm waiting for the guy to die. And in a matter of months, I'll be filthy rich and single. I'm waiting for the guy to die. With money to burn and sugar daddy in the urn, just think of all the crap I could buy. Sorry. A tisket, a tasket, hey, throw him in the casket, 'cause I'm waiting for the guy to die. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long years, he's still here. He's still here. I thought this was gonna be easy money, but he keeps going like the Energizer Bunny. Despite all my wishing, he's gone into remission. I'm still waiting for the guy to die. Good singing. Was it only a rumor that he had a tumor? I'm waiting for the guy to die. Well, it's no joke, this dude won't croak. Now he's giving Viagra a try. Well, he wants to thrill me, please somebody kill me. I'm waiting for the guy to die. Take this old geezer and throw him in the freezer, 'cause I'm waiting for the guy to die. Thank you so much. Oh, you've been so nice. Oh, thank you so much. I've just got time to do one more. So I'm going to finish with a song that was a very lucky break for me, a Randy Newman cover. I only put it on a CD because of one lady who used to like it at a gig I used to do on a Sunday night in Worcester, the Mars Bar. And this lady was a local called June, and if she liked you, she made you an apple pie with your name baked in pastry. So I used to do the Mars Bar about every 9 months on a Sunday, and I was always driving home to East Yorkshire with an apple pie balancing on the passenger seat. One year she just did, I remember she used to do a full-size one, Edwina, in pastry, and then once she did a medium one with Eddie. And then once she said, I didn't have a lot of pastry today, love, I just did you a little on a sauce, Ed. And I really loved June. She was so nice. And she always used to ask me to do this song. So when I came to make Pour Me a Drink, I put it on just for her. And it ended up a year or two later being heard by the director of the film The Notebook. And he wanted to use it in his next film, which was going to be called My Sister's Keeper. And he put it in, which was a massive break for me. And that was 17 years ago now. And I'm still 16 years ago. And I'm still being invited to sing this song at weddings and proposals and charity events all around the world. It's just so lovely. Such a nice song. So I'm going to finish with this, and perhaps you all might sing along. But just before I do, I want to thank the lovely crew who welcomed me here to the Sabrina stage. Lovely Jim and Tony welcomed me in. And then we've got Steve and we've got Nick and Matt on the sound and all the lovely backstage crew. Also the Lorettes were just so lovely. And we've got the Oyster Band coming up. Big round of applause, everyone. I'd like to thank my lovely friend Leela for booking me in Apex Music, and just everybody here at the festival for giving me a well, and all of you for listening. Thank you so much. Can't wait to have an afternoon with all my friends now and drink lots and lots of coffee. Gonna have loads of coffee today. I can smell it everywhere I go. So I'll finish with Feels Like Home, which feels like a really good one to finish on. So. Something in your eyes makes me want to lose myself, makes me want to lose myself in your arms. There's something in your voice makes my heart beat fast. Hope this feeling lasts the rest of my life. And if you knew how lonely my life has been, and how long I've been so alone, and if you knew how I wanted someone to come along and change my life the way you've done, it feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I come from. It feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. Window breaks down a long dark street, and a siren wails in the night. But I'm alright, 'cause I have you here with me, and I can almost see through the dark there is light. And if you knew how much this moment means to me, and how long I've waited for your touch, and if you knew how happy you are making me, oh, I never thought that I'd love anyone so much. It feels like home to me. Good singing. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I come from. Last time. It feels like home to me. Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. Feels like I'm all the way back where I belong. Oh, thank you. You've been so lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
She called me lovely. But how lovely is that? Edwina Hayes. So good to have her back at Shrewsbury.